This is 5 and 10 from Skywatch TV for Thursday, May 9th, 2024. I'm Derek Gilbert. We've been out all day today as Sharon and I continue with our small group as our solidarity mission to Israel. And today we spent some time down in the Negev, the southern part of Israel, communities that were affected by the attack on October 7th. We're in a room here in our hotel, the Prima Kings Hotel in downtown Jerusalem, and waiting for Avi Lipkin, who will be addressing our group this evening. So rather than prepare a typical 5 in 10 report, we're going to show you what we saw today in communities that suffered the brunt of the attack by Hamas on October 7th of 2023. We're on our way to the Negev and Sderot, which is a town of about 33,000 people that at its closest point is about half a mile from the border with Gaza. It was one of the places attacked on October 7th. A intense firefight around the police station there. We'll talk more about that when we get on site, but one of the key battles that took place on October 7th, which resulted in the deaths of some 70 people in Sderot. It's going to be an emotional day, but very important day. We're at the lookout point in Sderot, where behind us, just half a mile away, is the border fence that separates Israel from the Gaza Strip. This was the area behind me that was crossed on October 7th by some 4,000 Hamas fighters attacking this town of 33,000, most of whom were evacuated from the city after that day. Some 70 people were killed on that day. This was the site of the siege of the police station. It was eventually retaken by IDF soldiers. 30 people killed inside the police station on that day. People were evacuated after October 7th, only returned to this community in March. They were gone for about 5 months. About 85% of the community is back here. As we drove through Sderot today, we passed some schools, seeing children on the playgrounds, laughter. Life goes on here in Sderot, just a half a mile from the border, where 7 months ago, terrorists came here, ambushed the city, and claimed the lives of 70 Israelis. We're standing in the middle of a playground in Sderot. One of the things that you notice immediately as an American is that some of the areas set up for children here in the village to play are rocket-proof. They're made of concrete. So the giant caterpillar that's to my right is made of reinforced concrete, so that in the case of an attack, children are directed to areas that look friendly, that look like a play place, but will also protect them from falling projectiles from Gaza, which is just half a mile away across the border fence. We're standing on the site of the police station in Sderot. There is nothing here now but an empty lot, because on October 7th, the police station was overrun by Hamas terrorists, killing 30 people inside, both civilians and police officers. Held them off as long as they could. They were overrun. By the time the IDF was able to arrive here on scene, there were some 25 Hamas terrorists barricaded inside the police station. The decision was made by police command and the IDF that the only way to bring the situation to a conclusion, with everything still very fluid around them, was to bring down the police station. As you can see on the mural on the wall behind me, the tank firing at the police station, that is what ultimately ended the standoff here. The building collapsed in on the terrorists and their lives were ended. Again, 30 of the 70 Israelis who were killed in Sderot on October 7th fell right here in this lot, in the middle of just a civilian neighborhood. Apartment buildings all around us, overrun by terrorists in Toyota Hilux pickup trucks, armed with machine guns. We can see the bullet holes in the wall behind us and in the building across the street from us. This is just, it makes it real. This is not seeing it on television. And apparently this will be turned into a memorial site. You can see by the flags here already, the twisted rebar coming out of the ground, decorated with flags. This has already become sort of a pilgrimage site to people visiting Sderot to see what the place where these events happened. And already this community is rebuilding. We look over towards Gaza from the lookout. We can see the smoke on the horizon as the IDF tries to remove the last of the 4 Hamas battalions. Here in Sderot, we're seeing cranes as construction begins. The people have returned and Israel rebuilds. We're here at the site of what we've been told in the West, it's been described as the Nova Music Festival, actually called the Supernova Sukkot Gathering, which took place outside Kibbutz Re'im in the Negev, just a short distance from the border with Gaza. 6:30 that morning, as people were, well, partying to what they call trance music, they began to notice rockets in the sky. By 7 a.m., alarms had sounded. Rockets are not an unusual thing here in the Negev. In fact, we are standing right next to a bomb shelter, which we've been told we have 15 seconds to get to if a red alert goes off. But on that morning, it wasn't just the rockets coming from Gaza. They were very soon surrounded by Hamas terrorists on Toyota Hilux pickups, motorcycles, ATVs, and followed by a mob that came out of Gaza. 364 Israelis died here that day, making it the deadliest terror attack in the history of Israel. Another 40 were kidnapped and carried back to Gaza. And as of this recording, there are still 132 that we know of who have not yet returned to Israel from that day more than 7 months ago. There is a memorial here with the pictures of the victims. There are trees that have been planted in honor of the victims. 364, practically one for each day of the year. We'll spend some time here today just bearing witness to that deadly day, to the faces of those whose lives were irrevocably changed or ended on that day, and then sharing that with you so that the rest of the world, does not forget what happened on October 7th, 2023.
We want to make sure that you know how you can get your copies of both of these new works in the Nearing Midnight and Hereafter exclusive offer. This amazing offer includes Nearing Midnight as It Was in the Days of Lot by the legendary Terry James, that explores in detail through the prism of God's Word the potential for nuclear war to break out at any moment. How the entire world is facing the imminency of a dictatorial digital monetary system. Why Mother Earth worship in the form of climate change insanity is being forced upon humanity. How the entities of Ephesians 6:12 will establish control through a new world order, and the blessed hope believers have in the return of the Messiah. Also included in this special offer is Jonathan Brentner's Hereafter. It's far better than you can imagine. This beautifully written new masterpiece will forever change the way that you view the afterlife. You will experience the anticipation of the jubilant reunion and celebrations in heaven that believers will partake in after this current life. Broaden your understanding of heaven and the start of eternity. You'll also learn the answers to difficult questions like, how will we experience and perceive time once in heaven? What will our emotions be like? What will our heavenly bodies be like? Will we have supernatural powers? And so much more. But we're just getting started. Also included is Jonathan Brentner's best-selling book, Triumph of the Redeemed. In this fascinating work, Jonathan helps you grasp onto the eternal perspective during life's perilous circumstances, the new earth, and so much more. This incredible offer also includes The Coming Judgments on DVD, where Terry James and Pete Garcia delve into great detail on the seal, trumpets, and bowl judgments listed in the book of Revelation. Also included is Jonathan Brentner's presentation entitled Hope in the Rapture. You'll be shocked when you find out why the Thessalonians were grief-stricken regarding the rapture upon receiving the Apostle Paul's first letter, and how you can be free from this very same trap. Sold separately, these items hold a retail value of nearly $90. Yours now for your donation of only $45, which includes free shipping to all U.S. orders. So don't delay. You can scan the QR code on your screen right now using the camera app on your phone for instant access to this exclusive offer. You can also visit us at skywatchtvstore.com or call 1-844-750-4985 and ask for the Nearing Midnight and Hereafter exclusive offer right now.